Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome back, or hello and welcome if you're new. Although we're all kind of new. I'm kind of new. Excuse me. So today I just want to compare my 3 pocket notebooks. And this is not going to be a review. This is not going to be me giving you specs on the leather or measurements or anything like that. I'm also not going to go through what's inside because then the video will get too long. If you do want to see how I use these, I'm happy to do more videos. You just let me know. But in short, I tend to always use them the same. So I never use my notebooks at the same time. So I'm using this one at the moment. These two are just ready and waiting. And it's just what I feel like. Sometimes I feel like this, which is kind of sturdy and Frankenstein. Sometimes I feel like Paper Republic, which is slim and floppy. And sometimes I feel like having that kind of protection of the trifold. And this feels like a really comforting bar of soap. I like to do this. It's really satisfying. Okay, so I really like when things age. I really like old things. So this is not going to be a fair comparison by any means because this is 15 years old and this is pretty new. So she hasn't had a chance to kind of get that love and that, floppiness. And this is, as I said, not going to be a technical review. It's just going to be quite metaphorical. Hopefully a different take. So this is very old. This is not a well-known notebook brand. I think it's a well-known leather brand. But there it is, if you're interested. These holes were from where it had it's not quite an elastic, it's like a cord, can you see? A woven cord. And it's, I don't want to jinx it, but I've never changed these ever. And I don't know how to get new ones like this, but it's fantastic. So they did come across here. So the knot was on the inside here, not here, cord here. And you would bring it over. And same here. They didn't break. I untied the knots, took them out because I basically Frankensteined in another pocket notebook because I wanted to make this into a wallet because I loved it so much. It's been around the world with me, and I was effectively carrying this dark one as a wallet and this as a journal, and the whole thing felt ridiculous. So I cut this up and stuck it with glue whilst in Paris with a friend. So that was great. And excuse me, I've got really bad hay fever. Anyone who lives in the UK suffering the heat wave, we stand in solidarity, my friends. I feel you. So, Paper Republic. This was cognac. I mean, it still is cognac, but it was probably closer to this. And now it's really darkened. It's really floppy. It's just fantastic. It smells, it still smells amazing, although it does smell of tobacco, which is a bit gross. I don't smoke. So clearly it's been in a room with someone who does. Probably my mother. And then my Louise Carmen, which I did a video on in terms of how I use it. So feel free to watch that. And basically, this is my throw it around. This is fine. It has just been through everything. It has been in so many countries, in so many temperatures. It got wet in the rain. It's been in cafes where it's had various accidents. It's, been the victim of different sauces and oils and foods and clips and pen clips and things stuck down, things unstuck, things ripped off. Yeah. and I hold it together with this rubber band, and it's been Frankenstein, and honestly, I know lots of people would look at this and think this is so ugly. Like, aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you humiliated? And this is kind of, I feel that way about this. This, as I said, it's a bit unfair because I haven't had time, but my bar of soap. It's really cozy and comforting to hold. It's just like, yeah. My only well, there's two criticisms. These are not very good quality bands. Or, no, that's not fair. It's not that they're not good quality, it's they're not fit for purpose. I think they're just a little bit too delicate. They fray. I've already had to change this. These are starting to fray. This is incredible. These are incredible quality. I've never had to change these, and this is probably a couple of years old, maybe. And this, as I said, but I don't want to jinx it. Touch wood. So I'm just going to wait, and then because you get a replacement, so I put the replacement, but I'm not going to buy Louise Carmen, because, as in replacements, because they're very expensive and they're not fit for purpose. I will buy either Traveler's Notebook, the repair kit, or just normal elastic. And if you are looking to change elastic on any of these types of notebooks, my recommendation is always get 1.5 millimeters. 2 millimeters I personally think is too thick, and you might struggle to get it through the holes, and 1 millimeter I personally think is too thin. So 1.5 is my Goldilocks. It's just right. So what do I have to say about these? This Paper Republic is your best friend. Paper Republic is that person who, when you argue with them and you're wrong, they're the ones to come and apologize. They're always on time. They always call you when they say they will. They call you just to check that you're okay. They will stay out with you even if they're exhausted and want to go home, but you want to stay partying. They will be right by your side. They will support you. They're going to see you through all the tough times. This is like my adventurous traveler, archaeologist, Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, that kind of Bruce Chatwin. Throw in the backpack, goes to the desert, goes to a jungle, whatever. This will climb Everest. This will cry with you, sit with you in a bar, sit with you home alone. It's there for you no matter what. If you ignore it for months, it's still your best friend. Louise Carmen is that beautiful person in your life. They never call when they say they will. They hang out, on those corner outside tables in a cafe, drinking something chic and fabulous, like a Bordeaux or an espresso. They always look well put together. They throw on an outfit and they look incredible. But they're always late if they show up. They will, they'll be the ones that steal the love of your life, and not even care. And not even care about the person that's the love of your life. They just do it because they can. But they look great in cowboy boots. They have a chic little studio loft apartment overlooking the river. And you want to be them, but you just can never quite capture them, They're so mysterious, they're so aloof. And that is what I think Louise Carmen is. It is beautiful and fabulous and chic, but you never quite know where you are. You never know where you stand. Whereas Paper Republic, I think, No matter what you're going through, it loves you. It loves you on your ugliest days. It loves you on your most beautiful days. Louise Carmen's like, doesn't want to know you if you're not looking your best. If you're in Santa Claus pajamas, Louise Carmen ain't calling you. Whereas Paper Republic is right there, curled up next to you, also wearing Santa pajamas. And this is waiting until you want to hitch up a tent somewhere, or if you just want to take a train ride to an unknown place, you know, just turn up at the station, book a ticket and go. That is this one. It's got that kind of traveler's notebook spirit. And actually I got this because I have my traveler's notebook, again I did a video on that, is 20 years old, probably nearly, close enough. And then I got this one, and for years I just had those two. And I have to say, those are really uncomplicated times where you just two notebooks, and it was just depending on what I felt like carrying. Did I want something small or did I want something big? And then I got the passport, and then all these other things started coming into my life, and here I am making up stories for them to justify their existence. And that's it. So if you want chic and fabulous and party till the sun comes up, maybe you're a Louise Carmen person. If you want snug as a bug in a rug, you're curled up by the fireplace, you could be drinking fabulous red wine, just like a Louise Carmen, but equally you could be drinking hot chocolate. In your knitted socks, curled up with your dog. My dog is currently barking, so apologies if you can hear him, but this is real life, we're not editing it out. And then if you're feeling adventurous, even if you're sitting at home but you've got your heart is crying for adventure, or you're copying down quotes from the song lines by Bruce Chapman, maybe this is your, I mean, feel free to not Frankenstein, but hey, I think there's something kind of fun about it. Something kind of beautiful. Okay, that's me. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you want to see what they look like inside. Not very much at the moment, except that one which you've seen because I'm using it. But yeah, until next time.